Nice. Okay, alright.
So we get the last showcasing of Dredge.
I mean, you say the last showcasing, but I think if any deck... I don't think Dredge is dead. Yeah?
No, it's not.
I think it's probably just going to do what happened last time, and it's going to be really fringe.
It's like the really hardcore Dredge people that were playing Dredge before Cathartic and before,
I think
Neonate and stuff like that, I feel are going to be like, fine, and not, alright, Grave Troll's gone, but we have Thug, there's, other dredging effects that we can do. It's just going to be a little bit slower. It's still powerful, and I feel like...
I think with the entrance of Prized Amalgam in Cathartic Reunion, it really just ramped the deck up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just, with Golgari Grave Troll, it was a little too much.
Yeah, it with all the combination of it. And you saw that too with some of the matches that we've covered, is just how explosive the deck can be. And I feel like people, if they really want Dredge to be a thing in the modern meta, here's what needs to happen. Stop playing the deck for a little while. Like, get the thugs that you need, do that whole thing, but stop playing the deck for a while so people start getting rid of all of their sideboard hate.
Yeah.
That is dedicated to the graveyard.
True.
And they start, because it's like, alright, this isn't here anymore. I don't need to have all this hate in there. And that's when you come back with the a little bit slower, but still explosive, where the meta is not as prepared for it. Because it's going to take some practicing and some getting used to, and I think you do need to do some practice games with it to see how it does, but you can't just try to continue playing with it and expect to do well right now. It's because a lot of people still have that graveyard hate in.
True.
And they have not updated their sideboards as much yet. So just a little tidbit and things to think about if you are a Dredge player.
Rest in peace, heck of a card.
Yeah, it is a heck of a card. I mean, people are running Rest in Peace, people are running Relics, people are running that Tormod's Crypt even, Ravenous Trap. Like, there was a lot of sideboard stuff dedicated to deal with this deck. So, as people slowly shift away, and they're like, oh my gosh, Fatal Push is so good, all of these black decks are destroying it, oh my gosh, Tron is so good, that's when you sneak in there and you're like, hey, remember me, guys? That's my thoughts on it. So, and we got Tron Eldrazi. We just saw it on MTGO a little bit ago, so we know what this deck's trying to do.
It's black white though.
Oh, this version?
Yeah, this version is black white.
Oh, so just adding in.
So it's kind of like the Eldrazi Death and Taxes, I think.
Okay. Opting for like Path to Exiles, things like that.
I mean, why wouldn't you opt for Path to
if you're
Exile?
running white at this point,
Yeah.
right? Blood Crypt Pass. Alright, here's Caves. Of course, taps for a colorless or waste mana, whatever you want to call it. Or you can pay a life and add a black or a white to your mana pool. Here's a Verdant Catacomb. This is seeming kind of
It's gonna go to 19. Looks like
slow so far. Like, we didn't see any turn 1 Faithless Looting, Cathartic Reunion, or Neonate. Maybe we're gonna see a Cathartic here. We'll see. I'm wondering if he has Grave Trolls or something in his hand. Maybe he's got a slower start for him and didn't want to mulligan based on not knowing what his opponent has.
I get that. It's always a struggle. So here comes a Cathartic Reunion, the powerhouse from Kaladesh.
Yeah, really push this deck over the top. So discarding 2 cards, and
Stinkweed in.
Imp goes in.
And Dakmore?
Mm-hmm. So first draw, I will dredge away.
Oh,
1,
wow.
2, 3, 4, and 5. And second one, I will dredge away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now that's kind of what you're hoping for,
Right.
is hit those. Because then it's like, alright, Narcomoeba triggers. If there's probably some albums in there, those will trigger. Did he miss a Narcomoeba? Isn't that Narcomoeba right there?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Just checking, making sure I'm not going crazy. Eldrazi Temple, though, means we're going to see a turn 2 Mana Reshaper.
Yeah. Seems good. Go ahead and remove that guy so maybe I can get something free.
These are 2 creature-based deck. Uh-oh. What do we got here?
Oh, yep. All right, so
Oh, that was a Grave Troll.
he
That's why.
missed it, yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
it looks like
4,
they
5,
rewound it.
6.
He missed a card draw off
Yeah,
his
it's
cathartic.
cathartic. I was just thinking that. I was like, huh. Alright. Landfall trigger. Prize Amalgam trigger. There is a Narcomoeba in his hand.
Looks like it's gonna be another temple. 5. Yep. It's time to smash some realities. Here comes 8.
What?
Yo!
ICG. $50. Thank you guys. You are great. I really appreciate you doing it for our shop in Front Royal. Thank you so much for the donation.
Dude, thank you so much. Holy moly, that's sick. Isn't Golgari Grave Troll banned? Dark Petronius. This was actually recorded back in January 7th, so it was before the...
Yes, today the ban is in effect. So we wanted to showcase up the VODs from the event because there were some great matches, and we didn't want all this to go to waste before it was officially kicked in. So that's why we're setting it up. Now, we don't know the results of any of the matches, so it's kind of like blind
True.
to us. But yes, it is pre-recorded.
And it looks like flashback of that. Man, I always forget the name of that card. And I always say it wrong, too.
It's a rude dude card
It
that
is.
he's discarding away. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yo, ICG,
Woohoo!
ICG, thank you so much for the follow.
Thank you, thank you.
And that bronation.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So he basically is dumping his hand away, which he's okay with. Because it sets him up that now he's got, again, all this fuel in his graveyard that he can start dredging away.
Conflagrate.
Conflagrate, there you go.
That's it. Draw. Expedition map. He's got a Tron piece in his hand. Plays the plains. And here's a Reality Smasher.
Another one.
8 damage. Malcolm's gonna run in front of the Matter Shaper.
How do you feel about that? Like knowing that he's going to get a free card off of there.
I always go back and forth. So that it's like you really have to like judge. Like, man, what is he gonna get? All right, so
Caves.
just a Caves. Like
Now,
that's not too bad.
No,
but
that's actually fine for him to be getting here. And having Prize go to the graveyard here actually works out okay. Knowing that there are all those Dredge cards that are going to be going off. Like, oh, I can Dredge 6 here. Like, he's got the Grave Troll. And that's part of the power of this deck is you're just like, you know what? Let me look through how many Prize Amalgams do I have in here? How many Narcomoebas do I have in here? How many stuff can I get back this turn? Yeah, for those that never got a chance to play against or play this deck when it was running at full power in Modern, because now it is no longer able to run at full power. It's a little bit dampened down. It was scary good. 2, 3, 4, 5, and there was another Prize Amalgam. And he's going to cast that actually outright.
Sure.
Swing 2. Alright, I missed a lot of this damage here. I'm going to say he's at 8 now.
Alright, we're gonna untap. Draw. He's drawn a lot of lands. Also has a path in hand, though. That's pretty nice.
Now, another thing in Modern, you can rearrange your graveyard. That is perfectly legal. In
Sure.
Legacy, you are not allowed to do that. But you can see some of the Dredge players will lay their graveyards out and like pull the creatures that they really need and put them in a pile and do things like that. But ooh, Conduit of Ruin.
Oh,
I actually like that card a lot. Basically, you get to find a really big dumb Eldrazi, and it costs 2 less to cast. So, Ulamog seems like a great pick.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that's
Ulamog, Ender of Games. as he
everything
is
about
known.
that is fine.
Everything about this is fine. And so, yeah, that Ulamog is going to be sitting on top, ready to be added up to his hand next turn. And here's our Smasher.
Sure.
And that'll be game 1 in favor of our Eldrazi player.
Not bad.
Not bad. I mean, kind of slow from our Dredge player there, and not really hitting any of the Narcomoebas or anything. I don't know if they're all clumped up in his deck, and that's one of the big accelerators to get his Prize Amalgams. And so if you guys are sitting there, and if for whatever reason you have the ability to strip away a card from a Dredge player's deck, go for the Narcomoeba over one of those enablers like the Grave Troll or the Stinkweed Imp. Because the Narcomoeba is the main creature that gets all those Prize Amalgams back and gets all things going super quick. Like
Well, that's
that.
a good point. That's a very good point. You know, we were talking about when we were playing MTGO. We're playing against an Eldrazi Tron player.
Yeah.
You know, which land do you go and get rid of? You know, like if I'm gonna spreading seas something, what do I spreading seas?
Yeah.
And I've learned very quickly that, you know, based on what type of deck they're playing, if they are playing Tron lands, they may not run a full playset of every land.
Right.
You know, definitely the towers.
Tower, yeah, because it generates 3 mana, so you'll want to probably have 4 of those if you can.
So depending on the situation, you can kind of go, well, maybe if I hit their, you know, their mine or their power plant, maybe that's where we want to be. So talking about, you know, hitting the Narcomoeba, that's always good to know.
I just noticed the sleeves that our Dredge player has. They look like they're Space Orcs from like Warhammer 40k.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
They look pretty sweet, actually. That's a Snapkeeper, right?
I mean, you can do everything in that hand.
Except cast any spells.
Yo, Biscuit, nice roll, dude.
Yeah, that's another thing we did not mention at the start of the stream, guys. We do have a currency set up in chat that just by hanging out with us, by following the stream, following our Twitters and stuff, you are able to get some mana. It also works with our YouTube channel as well there. So if you are following, you get some mana, you can cash that in, do some emote-only mode, do some other fun stuff like that.
So, I
So-
mean, there's only one emote that you need to use.
Oh, yeah, the Scaredy Cat.
Nope.
Let me help you out here. I got you.
Dang it.
Yep.
It's quicker than me.
Yep.
No, it's the Oh My Dog. That's the one.
Oh, okay. Think you're mistaken, sir.
I don't think so. See, Charles knows. Charles knows.
It's alright. We all know. We got some cat facts coming at you.
It's the dumbest command I've ever seen.
It's so good. And I didn't even make it. Like, that's the best part. I just, like, stumbled across this. Wow, cat facts? Yes, we will keep that going.
They're shuffling up. They're getting ready for game number 2. Yo, nice roll, Chris.
Oh, everyone's getting some nice rolls.
Not me.
You roll.
Thanks for noticing. A 4.
Oh, no. That's right. Watch this. See, I rolled 44. I lost, too.
Yeah, but you didn't gamble all of it. You just gambled 1,000. I gambled all of mine.
Why did you gamble all of yours?
Because it's either go big or go home, dude.
All right.
Well, no, don't do it now.
I'm going to gamble half of it.
You're
And then
a
we'll...
coward. I think I see a Narcomoeba in hand.
Oh, that's not
for a
good.
Dredge player.
You don't want that in hand.
He's gonna keep it. Bloodstain.
Well, he's got a lightning axe. You know,
I think he's
you
got.
can
Yeah, he does have a Narcomoeba.
prized amalgam. Yeah, Narcomoeba's thing is when he enters the graveyard from your library. So having him in your opening hand is not what you want.
Brett gets it. I do get it.
All or nothing.
Expedition map for the Tron player. It's really tough that we don't have names.
Yeah.
That was my bad.
No. I mean, it's all right. We'll make sure for next time when we travel around, we'll get players' names and stuff like that. Take our time. I'll be there. That's the big thing. I wasn't here, guys. I put everything on Brett's shoulders, and I said, Brett, do this recording. Here's the computer. I'm out of town.
It was just like that too. The toughest part was trying to get this camera set up.
Oh, I can only imagine. Because there was probably nobody there that was able to like really help you the way that
No.
you want.
We had some. I had some help. Which was nice. Some different eyes than my own.
Good.
Was able to point out the fact that we could just hang it on the wall.
Yeah, how did you have it set up now? So it's like...
That camera was taped to the wall.
Smart.
It was taped to the wall, and it was up against... Brett, bring the iPad. Yeah, see, this is the chat I like. This is... I like you guys.
Hashtag Nan is wrong.
You all know who Nan really is. Last night was not the case.
Last night was great. Everybody, so we for those that don't know, we did our Pokemon race last night, and it basically Brett's chat turned against him.
I don't know how it happened.
I don't either.
Actually, I know how it happened.
All right, back into here. We've got 2 Blood Crypts. No discard effects. No Cathartic Reunions. No Narcomoeba. Or no Neonates.
It's a little slow.
Yeah. This is
it's
weird.
not a fast one.
I mean, last time I played against Dredge was when TJ was piloting it, and it was just disgustingly fast.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, he was okay with mulliganing. And I don't know if our Dredge player is newer to the deck.
Maybe.
Or just newer to Modern and not as comfortable with mulliganing. Because I know that it's a hard skill to learn. Something that I continue to need to practice at. And then again, like, when I play on Tuesday nights, I'm a lot less likely to mulligan away because it's like more casual and fun for me than an actual tournament. Then I'm more likely to play serious and play for keeps. And Biscuit's actually making a really good point here is that Dredge not dredging on turn 2 is pretty not good. Okay, so his only discard effect that he had was Lava Axe there. Now he'll be set up that he can dredge away 6. Okay, so now we've got stuff turned on here. 2 prized amalgams in there, which is nice. Lava Axe. Oh, wait a minute. Did he just play that as an instant? Oh, no. That's Lava Axe. Lightning. What is that? No, what's the one I'm thinking of
Lightning
then?
Axe.
Lightning Axe, not Lava Axe. Oh. Hashtag Nana's wrong. See, I'm the worst with names for cards and for people. As you guys have not, if you guys haven't learned yet. There we go. Lightning Axe. Deal 5 damage to a creature. They both deal 5 damage. Clearly the same card. They're both axes.
Tron player looking for a mine.
Yeah.
Like, really,
he's got Ulamog,
really
Reality
use a mine
Smasher,
here.
Thought Knot, Dismember, Spatial Contortion, and Path to Exile. He's basically like, hey,
I'm ready.
I am ready to wreck your day right now.
Here's a Thought Knot Seer.
Oh. Exile that Golgari Grave Troll. Make the Dredge player cry. Oh, there's 2 prized amalgams in the graveyard and 2 in his hand. This is not a good spot to be in. And that Narcomoeba in hand. Yeah, I don't know. I think if I see 2 prized amalgams and a Narcomoeba in hand, I don't want to keep that hand. I still think you take Grave Troll here. You do not care about the Narcomoeba, you don't care about the Prize Amalgam. The Imp's the other enabler, but having 6 be dredged away is really like the big powerhouse. Draw for turn. Hey, there's a neonate. Discarding away, killing off that Thought Knot Seer. Alright, clear board state, but really it's like our Tron Eldrazi player is just waiting. Oh, and there's a map, so...
You have to take Troll there. It's banned.
So he's basically looking at... Alright. How can I crack this and be able to cast Ulamog this turn? He'll be able to have 8 mana, so that's like a Reality Smasher. Power plant, mine, tower, tower. So each tower gives 3 mana. Each mine and power plant gives 2 mana. So he is sitting there with 8 mana available to him.
Watching Tron players do land math is almost as painful as watching an Infect player with a full hand.
That you know what? I will second that. Because you know that they're just sitting there doing the math and like, okay, how much stuff in my hand can I cast this turn?
Nothing? Okay, got it.
Alright, dredge away the Imp here and hope you can hit a Narcomoeba so you get all your prized amalgams out. I think is probably the only play that you can go for. Or a Boggles player trying to figure out how large their creature is with 6 auras on it.
You sound like you may have had some experience.
Oh. So Dave is saying only my second time really playing my Dredge deck at this tourney. Okay, so I was actually wondering that earlier, is how much experience.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dredge is a complicated deck.
It is.
Like,
it is.
Once you get it down and understand where you need to be going with it, it becomes much easier. But it just takes practice to learn the interactions that you need to be focused on. And hard to go into it. I mean, this is actually a great opportunity to learn the deck, though, playing at a free event like this, where you can sit there and get that chance and get on camera too, where you can sit there and go, oh, okay, looking back at it, I know now that if I have a hand like this, I need to mulligan that sort of hand, or
True.
oh, if I'm in this sort of position, I need to do this next. So. Ulamog, blah, blowing up your lands. Oh, I hate Ulamog so much. Oh, okay, cool. It's like I didn't mulligan when I should, but I still did well at the event. This is important. Oh, Biscuit given a good point here too, is that Dredge is an interesting deck. It is a pretty straightforward game plan. Yeah, I need to get these things into my graveyard. Straightforward. So it's easy for new players to understand what is going on. Okay, these are triggering off to this because there's in the graveyard. You know, cool, makes sense. But it has a very high skill ceiling. Like, and that's the thing. It's like the understanding when to mulligan, understanding the right time to dredge and the right time to draw a card, and things like that. So, but that'll do it for round number 2. Eldrazi taking it 2-0, and we've seen 2-0s across the board so far. 2-0, 2-0.
Yep, it's been pretty straightforward so far.
Mm-hmm.
I love when you just you're just like Ulamog. Yes, that's great. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate.
Oh, those are my 2 lands. Now I'm
you playing that
nothing.
really dumb card.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like Ulamog basically has the fine print that says end the game in the next turn.
Oh,
because most of the time when Ulamog is cast, you're removing 2 really important things that'll help you stay alive, and then next turn it's like, okay, I'm gonna swing in, and you're gonna have to exile, 20 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Oh, and it's a 10/10.
Yeah.
So it basically is, yeah. So again, we are doing our coverage from Incredible Cards and Games in Front Royal. We had an event that took place on the 7th, and with pre-release last weekend, we didn't get to show the coverage.
Right.
And with the banning, we wanted to make sure we showed it before things got too outdated.
Yeah, it's one thing. Like, we could have held on to it for a while, really prepped it.
Yeah.
But then we would have been a month in, and everyone would have been like,
this is way banned.
Golgari Grave Troll, Gitaxian Pro, those cards are out.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
You guys can't play with those. So we wanted to make sure that we got it up, just like Nan said, before things got a little too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hashtag MMM.
We made these T-shirts, and they're pretty cool. I'm happy with how they turned out. Our first T-shirt campaign.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys are interested in them, by all means, let us know. We could get another one started.
Yes, we can.
And then I can kind of tweak it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually. Is it still on here?
No, I took it off.
You took it off. Okay. I'll see if
on
I
Twitter.
can. Yeah, I'll see if I can.
Bookmarked or pinned. Sorry, bookmarked, pinned, whatever the kids are calling these little
social media.
I know, right? It's like I don't live on the internet or something.
But let's go ahead and hop into game number 3 as we're getting it linked up here.
Let's do it. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, so I